Gonna wait a couple seconds. Alright everybody, welcome back to Orange is Gay Gaming. Last time, we did some things. Spoilers ahead for Endwalker. This is your only warning. I'm not giving another one. 3, 2, 1. So, we made it through Thavnir and all that other stuff. Then we ended up on Elpis in the past. So, today we're going to go through that. We're going to find out what mysteries await us here. We're going to find out what Hermes has in store for us. And, yeah. If you enjoy what you see here today, and you want to help support the channel, just make sure to leave a follow here on Twitch, like, comment, and subscribe to the YouTube channel, and follow me over on Twitter to stay up to date for when I go live next. Let's get started. So hopefully everybody's having a good day today. I know, so I certainly am. Oh, that's Meteon. I didn't mean to talk to you, Meteon. Sorry. If everyone is ready, there are a few creations I need to check on. First, we shall return to the spot where we found our wayward ambystome. Have care when you step outside a hub, for there may be more unruly creatures about. Turn it up with just a little bit more. Holy shit, this place is beautiful. Alright, speak with Hermes. I still can't believe that we're actually here, you know? That we're just hanging out with Emmett Selk, Hermes, and, whatever the hell Meteon is, and Hythalodeus, like it's nothing. This here is a new species of Petaluda we recently set loose. It has been doing very well, managing to maintain a stable existence thus far. If I can see its observation period to the end without issue, we shall release it unto the world. Tell me, do you know the difference between living beings and arcane entities? It is the presence of a soul, yet the soul isn't something you can choose to have at will. No, it manifests only in those beings whose forms adhere to the laws of creation that can endure on their own. Beings that do not fulfill this requirement, such as those spontaneously born of magic or natural phenomena, do not have souls. No matter how much it might resemble flora or fauna, if it lacks a soul, then it is considered an arcane entity. So you see, it is not for mankind to decide what is living. That domain lies beyond our manipulation, and it is hubris to assume otherwise. But come, let us head to the nearby beacon. I've received a report that arcane entities have gathered there. Whatever that means, okay. It's really interesting that they can create things that don't have souls, but look like they would. Alright, let's see. Ah yes, lightning pneuma, just as the report said. Although we call this structure a beacon due to its form, it's in fact a magical device. By manipulating the balance of elements, it keeps the isle airborne and maintains the climate thereupon. In the course of its operation, it often sees an internal shift towards a given element. Right now that element is lightning, which draws the pneuma here to replenish their ether. It appears Meteon is busy. Would you care to assist me in her stead and feed the pneuma? Okay. Sure. By using the lightning converger, you can harness ambient lightning and focus it into a ball. A veritable feast for our dazzling friends. Go on, give it a try. Let's see. Target missed. Do I have to aim for the center or something? Target missed again. Okay, I'm not good at this. Target missed again. What the hell? I'm mad. Oh, wait a minute. Am I only supposed to hit a certain one? So, like, back there? Motherfucker, which one am I supposed to hit? Let me read this again. Yes, okay, thank you. My god. Was that so fucking hard? Oh my god, this game. What is this? What is this cancer? Is this good? Is this a good place? Motherfucker, we're gonna keep on spamming it over here until it happens. can't tell where they are. Is this? This? Motherfucker, will you just fucking count it? What is this shit? Who designed this cancer? You didn't miss shit. It's right there, you fucking... I'm done. I cannot tell where the fuck to put the thing. The game did not give me enough... There. If it doesn't fucking work, I'm gonna die. I'm about ready to throw up. Quit missing! You fucking... Give me a minute. This is the worst fucking thing that this game has given me. I don't know what I'm supposed to be aiming for, because it's not, clearly not these things, because they're not responding. Hell, I'll move it all the way over there, because they seem to have a better idea of what the hell they're doing than we do. Am I really gonna have to look this shit up? I guess I do. Oh, wait a minute. No wonder it's not working. Never mind, I figured it out. The game does such a fucking piss poor job telling you how to do this shit. But we actually have to have both of it hit both of these. There we go. Oh my god, I thought it would be there forever. Took 7 minutes. Perfectly done, Orin. Look. See how they gather to feed? How they express themselves through their actions despite their lack of words? Speech is not the sole defining characteristic of thinking. Feeling creature, nor is silence an indication that they do not possess these qualities. Be it a soulless arcane entity such as the Pneuma, or an ephemeral life form such as the Petaluda, all seek to perpetuate their existence, to survive. Is Meteon a living being? A good question. I can answer it from a theoretical standpoint, but it ultimately falls to the Bureau of the Architect to pass judgment. Those with exceptional vision such as Hythalodius may be able to ascertain her true nature. But to me it doesn't matter, she is herself, and that is all I need to know. Oh, you finished already? I'm sorry, I was in the way. Not to worry, my dear, they missed nothing of note, and we still have plenty of work for them to observe. Next we will head east to the Morning Dew. I need to speak with some observers there. I explored just a little bit of this place. Oh, is that a gobe?
Amazing, is it not? The Ampelos, one of our newest subjects.
Ampelos.
So, how are we coming along?
You couldn't give them a voice actor? Okay. Oh, there's the Elpis flowers.
This place is Elpis. Those flowers. Elpis. Entelekis. Like me.
Wait, what? Did you just say?
They are a product of Elpis, and so named for their birthplace. A happy accident, born of the hands of a former researcher who loved beautiful blossoms.
Oh.
Unique for how they change color, to reflect the emotional state of those nearby. Though be it here or elsewhere, they are seldom seen in any hue save purest white.
Reflect the emotional state, you say? By what means do they achieve this?
In creation, there exists an energy wholly apart from ether, one driven by emotions.
Okay, this is the stuff we came here to learn
In
about.
like manner to how we manipulate ether, this flower is subject to the influence of said energy.
Uh-huh. What's it called?
Well, it has no will of its own. It is sensitive to the prevailing emotion in the vicinity, and reacts by altering its color and vibrancy.
Akasha? It is one of the unseen energies defined by Harnish alchemical theory. Though a gross oversimplification, some describe it as an essence influenced by feeling.
Akasha. Though I'm not familiar with the term, your description suggests it is the self-same energy. Dynamis, we call it. And those entities like the Elpis flower that have the ability to interact with this energy, converting emotions into tangible phenomena, are Entelekis.
That's me! That's me! An Enteleki!
An Enteleki?
That you are, my dear. And no ordinary one at that, but the first possessed of free will.
Wait. A form of energy other than ether? Dynamis? I've never heard of such a thing.
How come you didn't mention this to us at
Hardly
all?
surprising. Dynamis cannot be seen, much less felt. And though its existence has long been theorized, we had no proof until the flower's serendipitous creation.
Oh.
What's more, Dynamis is far weaker than ether. Under normal circumstances, its effects are drowned out by the latter.
Oh,
On account
okay.
of which, beings comprised of and reliant upon the ether, like you and I, are unable to make practical use of Dynamis.
Wait a minute, then how was she
It is a
created?
truly esoteric thing, known to but a select few scholars.
Intriguing. Then, given the limitations you described, why create Netion?
Our star, Aetheris, is especially rich in ether, so much so that its name is derived from it.
Oh, it is? Oh, well, I guess it is,
However,
yeah.
When we consider all energy in existence here and in the vast space beyond, Dynamis may account for as much as 68.3%.
Whoa.
The more abundant form by far. Were we able to control it, we could open the door to limitless possibilities. 'Tis not unlike a gently flowing stream, unable to break through the dam of ether barring its path. But if we could imbue the stream with the vigor of a raging river...
That's some aspiration.
Not that I have such grand ambitions. Nay, I merely wish to create a being that could traverse the great expanse.
Oh. And she can?
The relative scarcity of ether beyond the bounds of this star was a concern. And so, I looked to another source of energy by necessity.
That being Dynamis. No wonder her ether is so thin.
Precisely.
Yours is thin too. Like an Enteleki. Like me.
There's a different reason for that.
So, are we the same? Entelekis.
Well, yeah. If I'm thin... Sulk hasn't been doing his job.
That sounds more akin to the desperate flailings of a wild beast when facing imminent death.
Wow. Wow, asshole.
A deficit of ether alone does not an Entelechi
I'm gonna
make.
remember that.
It would, however, make it easier for you to interact with Dynamis.
What is going on?
And limited though its influence may be, this quality could prove the difference between victory and defeat. You do well not to underestimate it.
Mr. Gob over there is kind of
Oh
bored.
dear. I'd forgotten about the poor fellow. You must excuse me a moment while I go and verify a few more things.
Yeah, can I ask, how did you approve of that? How did you approve of that thing? Not that I or anyone else would be able to make use of it, or even if we knew, but it irks me to discover that there is an entirely different form of energy, and no one told me. That personal annoyance aside, Hermes' knowledge is undeniably impressive. Given that there are none among the 14 who specialize in the Celestial, he would be a welcome addition, assuming he could be persuaded to join, that is. I still can't understand his hesitation. Why did you join the convocation? Oh, you wish to know why Emmett Sulk was chosen for the convocation? I should be glad to share the tale. It began when... Not another word. Lest you've forgotten, word to learn about Hermes, not me. My misspent youth is not your concern. Okay, Mr. Grumpy Pants. Jesus. My apologies for the wait. I have inspected the Amplos to my satisfaction. All is well within the creature, and I dare say it won't be long ere it is released unto the world. Another creation, however, reportedly isn't faring so well, the Charybdis. That is what we shall tend to next. If you follow me, my friends, we shall return to the main isle and head north. Oh, are we traveling? I guess we're traveling over there. It's Mr. Big Boy Island. I understand there's a problem with one of the Charybdis? Yes, that's right. As you know, the Charybdis is based on a sea creature. Owing to adjustments to enhance its affinity to wind, is capable of flight. The specimens created from the concept could all fly without issue, but a problem arose in subsequent generations. This third generation creature was born with an etheric balance leaning strongly towards water, its aquatic origins reasserting itself, it would seem. The result being its affinity to wind is diminished, and it cannot fly. No matter what we try, we can't get it to rise even the slightest bit. For such a change to manifest in so few generations, I fear they are too unstable, flawed. With your permission, I will revert the creatures and recommend to the Bureau that the concept be revised. With its etheric balance leaning towards water, the Charybdis would indeed struggle to manipulate wind, yet it is too early to conclude that it cannot fly. Having failed at first, it may simply have developed a fear. I shall transform and fly with it, helping it to manipulate wind until it finds its wings. What? You needn't go to such lengths. Wait a minute, he can transform like a werewolf kind of thing? You don't know? But of course not. Transformation is an art in which one manipulates a vast quantity of ether to construct another body around oneself. In practice, this allows one to assume any conceivable form and thereby transcend the limits of one's flesh. Yet convenient though it may be, transforming in the presence of others is considered vainglorious in the extreme, as uncouth and unseemly as running about robeless, shameful. Am I to understand you make a habit of this? Nothing of the sort. It's just that when transformed I can wield the wind and fly. It may seem excessive, but what is our shame next to the lives of these creatures? They deserve a chance, and we owe it to them to do all in our power. Be that as it may... Yes, I believe I have a solution, Emet-Selch. May I trouble you to move that Charybdis away from its fellows, somewhere out of sight? Meanwhile, I'd like the rest of you to help me prepare here. What mischief are you scheming now? No mischief, I assure you. I would but spare you the need to report to your colleagues that Hermes had committed an indiscretion. So have a little faith and run along. Oh boy, what are we gonna do? I trust you don't mind? What are we doing? Emet-Selch is out of sight? Good, let's speak of the plan. It's a stroke of genius, really. We have Emet-Selch train the Charybdis. Whoa, okay, why? Aside from being able to fly untransformed, he can readily see ether currents. And with his adapted spellcraft, he can also employ suitable wind magics to guide the creature along. While he is indeed capable of all you describe, it is not his duty. I am loath to trouble him with it. Don't be. As I mentioned, it would also be for his own sake. With that settled, let's begin at once. Oh god, Orin, I want you to go to Emet-Selch. Tell him that you have a favor to ask. He will be disinclined to cooperate at first, but you mustn't be discouraged. With our friend, the trick is to be unflaggingly persistent. Off you go now, and good luck. Oh no. I know he's not gonna like this. I have a favor to ask. Oh, no you don't. I'm not lifting a finger. Ugh, I don't know what Hythlodius is up to, and I will not be made to know. I refuse. Alright, please. Oh, it's like that, okay. Where's the dash? There we go.
No, no, no. You are not foisting this nonsense on me.
Aw, come on, please.
I'm given to understand you have the power to help the Charybdis, and should be quite willing to do so. And so I appeal to your better nature, most benevolent Emet-Selch. Please teach her to fly.
Or else Hermes will transform. Right now.
Oh, that was
Now,
enough.
there's no need to go quite that far. Altruism is its own reward, as I'm sure he would agree.
Oh, would he now? And who contrived to put me in this position, pray tell?
Nothing so devious. I merely suggested a possible course of action.
Come on, man. Just do it. Why are you making such a big deal out of this? Just like,
Please, Emet-Selch. Please.
look, listen to the poor bird girl, okay? She's begging you.
I did not come all this way to play nursemaid to your creations. I thank you to remember this favor and let it be the last.
I mean, I still remember how hard it was just to get him to help save me. What the Ixion?
I will aid it once it is taken to the air. It falls to you to shepherd it skyward.
What the fuck is that thing? Can I have it?
Well, let's relax and enjoy the spectacle, shall we?
Yeah. This is gonna be fun. What exactly is he writing? Is my question.
You were wondering why Emet-Selch joined the convocation. Truth be told, he wasn't the first choice for the office. I was, on the strength of my ability to see ether.
Really?
But I declined the offer. For though my vision is exceptional, I am pedestrian in all other aspects. Worse even. Quite abysmal when it comes to manipulating ether, for example. Couldn't transform even if I had a mind to do so.
Oh wow, that's actually surprising.
What good is the ability to perceive a problem if one cannot act to address it?
I guess that explains why he
Emet-Selch
didn't
has
offer
no
to
such
do it himself.
shortcomings. He excels in vision and manipulation both, the latter to an extraordinary degree. If there is a mage more powerful, I do not know of him.
Honestly?
Thus did I recommend him for the office in my stead. And I wasn't the only one. Far from it.
Oh really?
Countless others vouched for his skill and character. People the world over. to whom he had previously lent a helping hand.
I'm sure that he really didn't want to.
Oh, how surprised he was. Claimed he hadn't done anything remarkable for anyone. Modest to a fault. He
Yeah, it
deserved
sounds like
every
him.
bit of acclaim he received. Yet he may well have gone unappreciated were it not for a mutual friend. A singular soul who can't help but involve himself in the business of others. Where he walks, excitement is certain to follow. His antics irritate Emmett Selk to no end, but much of his grumbling stems from genuine concern.
Oh.
When our friend calls, he never fails to answer and lend his talents. And in the course of doing so, he himself came to be recognized and respected by those around him. They are truly remarkable individuals, and I'm proud to call them friends. To help them realize their dreams. This will be my greatest contribution to our world. And when they have fulfilled their respective purposes, so too shall I have fulfilled mine, and together we may return to the star. Look at me, spilling my innermost secrets. I can't seem to help it with you.
Well, I have that kind of effect on people.
I can only assume it is due to the color of your soul. I just don't understand how you can be so alike and yet so different.
Well done, my pet. Well done.
Hey, it worked, I guess.
Ah, yes. I dare say the Charybdis will be fine here on. Why don't you go and signal to Emmett Selk? Let him know that his arduous task is at an end.
I wonder if that's going to be the mounts for the extreme fights. Or maybe it's a different kind of mount. Oh, slash wave. Hey, you good? I have no words to express my gratitude. Thanks to you, the Charybdis has learned to fly. That thing's massive. And Orin and I could relax and have a pleasant chat. I'm sure you did. The creature needed some small assistance at first, but soon it was flying more or less on its own. I doubt you will need to repeat the lesson. That was truly impressive. I witnessed it all from afar. The Charybdis flies. Indeed, with this we've proven that even a creature with skewed etheric balance is capable of flight. Though we helped it to achieve this, the Charybdis is a herd animal. They may well aid their struggling kin in like fashion if and when the need rises. Keeping this in mind, I bid you continue observing them, if that is what you want. But if I may say so, rather than hoping an idealistic possibility comes to pass, would it not be simpler to have the concept adjusted? That way we could guarantee that anomalies such as this specimen are never born in the first place. These creatures are already here. We will spare no effort in giving them a chance to survive. As you wish, Chief, as you wish. Oh, he's so kind-hearted. Hermes? I'm fine, don't worry. Well, that concludes all of my present tasks. Let us return to anagnorosis for now. Alright, that was a very interesting quest. It really does show to the kindness that Hermes and Emmett Selk have, even though Emmett is very reluctant to do so. He's like a reluctant... What? Want to apologize for forcing me to help, do you? Save your breath. You didn't force me to do anything. I merely chose the most expeditious way to have done with an impediment to our business. Uh-huh, sure, that's what you did. Oh my god, please stop. I guess we don't need this right now. That looks nice. Ether to ether. Tell me, Orin, in the course of watching me, have you learned aught of value? Dynamis seemed promising. Dynamis, you say? Curious that such an obscure phenomenon should be of interest to you. Chief Hermes, what good fortune to find you here. Is something the matter? The Lycaon, I'm afraid it's done it again. No sooner did we release one for observation than it set upon the nearby Ocypetes, slaughtering them. Was the creature hungry or somehow provoked? I had just fed them myself, and the Ocypetes were keeping a wide berth. It is the nature of the Lycaon that is to blame, their innate viciousness. Temperament aside, it is an outstanding creation, perfect in form and function, though it may not be suited for release. I've no doubt that the Bureau will accept its concept for preservation. In any case, there's no point in postponing the inevitable. Doros will revert them all once the paperwork is in order. Where's the sense of the scene of the incident? Just off the path to the 12 Wonders. As you make your way, you should see it to the left. I don't know if Doros is still there, however. Hermes, wait! Oh, wait a minute, that was Medion. Shit. He's just like, I don't give a fuck. If this is part of the work, then I would observe. We follow. Yo, Frosty, how's it going, man? I'm doing good. Getting this rhythm game set up. Ah, what kind of rhythm game? Which one are we talking about? One I know by any chance, or? Keep in mind I know very well. It's called Step Mania. If you stop by later, you'll know. Okay. But I've been doing good. We're just, you know, stuck in the middle of the past. You know, trying to figure out why the world is ending in the present day by looking at the past, you know. That kind of thing. The lacerations and burns are unmistakable. Lekion was indeed responsible. But the creature is nowhere to be seen. Doros must have taken it away. The man makes his base at the 12 Wonders. I shall go and seek him out there. Ye, haven't seen you in a while on my end. I mean, it's only been like a couple days since you've last seen me, right? Oh, right, on your end. That's right. That you are correct. Yeah. yeah. I figured it out. Emmett Selk and I will search the area for good measure, just to make sure that Lekion did not escape. My thanks. Let us meet at the 12 Wonders when you have finished. I will go on ahead. Please follow with Orin. Come. It's down this path and over the bridge. Alright, bird lady. God dang it. What? Yggdrant? Well, I can know what this is named after. Was this path always here? There it is. The 12 Wonders. Hermes is looking for Doros. Let's look for Doros, too. He's a man with long blonde hair, I think. I'll know him when I see him. Alright, Meteon. Hey, I know these. I have these somewhere. Yeah, I think I do. If you're with Meteon, then I assume you're on an errand for Hermes. What can I do for you? Sorry, wrong person. We're looking for Doros. Ah, I see. We do have similar hair. So people often mistake us from afar. I hope you find him soon. Alright, what about this guy? You the guy? Doros! That's Doros! Well now, if it isn't Meteon, what brings you here? Ah, I thought I heard familiar voices. I didn't realize you two had decided to help me search for Doros. Thank you. You're in charge of the Legiones, I believe. Where are they now? Out in the fields and restraints. Frenzied as they were, I couldn't Well, return them to Kitsis. Once I've submitted my report, I'll see them reverted without delay. It's as he says, the beasts are indeed quite ferocious. You're one of the 14, what brings you here? Nothing you need concern yourself with, as you were. You've heard the news that Alekion slaughtered Occupetes. As the observer in charge, you are of the opinion that they are not fit to be released? I am. Their abnormal aggression and exceptional strength makes for a highly problematic combination. It matters not where they are released. Legiones would threaten other species and upset their natural order. Could it be that specimens observed are an outlier? Highly unlikely. We've created a good many of them, all exhibited the same tendencies. Even when we used Kairos to begin with a fresh slate, their behavior was unchanged. Kairos. Memory reconfiguration system. The chief himself created it. It allows us to erase or alter memories, that we may observe creations in different environmental conditions without needing to remake them from scratch. That sounds very, I'm gonna go on a limb and say that's very unethical, my friend. Quite impressive and potentially dangerous, depending on the intensity of the etheric emissions. Pash Tarot may wish to have words with you. Rest assured, I've kept all values within prescribed limits, and to prevent misuse, its applications are limited to those authorized by the Chief Overseer. Do not misunderstand, to manipulate a subject's memories is an intrusive act I deeply abhor, but it is still preferable to execution. Come now, Chief, let's not be so melodramatic. I know the distinctions concern you, but we mustn't lose sight of the bigger picture, making rational choices for the sake of a more prosperous star. If a creation cannot be properly studied even with the aid of Kairos, we remake it. If a creation is deemed a detrimental existence, we unmake it. 'Tis all for the greater good, and none question the necessity of such routine processes. I understand these things, I do. I would never think to unleash a clear and undeniable threat onto the world, yet insignificant though their individual lives may be next to all creation, it is all the Legiones have. Before we seal their fates, we owe it to these beings to exhaust all options, to ensure that nothing has been overlooked. Man, how did Hermes become as fucking psychotic as he is as Fandaniel? Like, how is this the same person? I genuinely have to question that. If you insist, let me provide you with a full report, and we may take it from there. I mean, I get it, it was a reincarnation of the same version, but, you know, like... Would it be possible for us to attend the discussion that Emmet Silk may better carry out his duties? By all means. Pray show them to the meeting room. What's going on with her? To man, other beings are just things to be used and controlled, like magic. That's what Hermes told me once. Well, we're not all like that, but... these ones are, yes. Very much so. I fear this discussion may take a while, during which time... Meteon, are you feeling unwell? It's not me, Hermes, it's you. I won't go to the meeting, I'll stay with Orin. Loath though I am to impose, may I leave Meteon in your care again? Hey, you can count on me, man. I'm in your debt, if you'll excuse me. Can you help me with something, Orin? The meeting will make Hermes sad. I want to cheer him up with a flower. Hermes likes flowers the most. Of all the creations in Elpis, most creations are expected to be interesting or beautiful or strong, better in some way. But flowers are different. They're designed to suit our emotions, what we feel and want to convey. Hermes likes that. I can't make flowers, so I'll search for one, and I want you to search with me. Let's start here at the 12 Wonders. Okay, we're looking for flowers. There we go. I don't know why it was hard for me to trigger that. Alright, Medion. We were looking for flowers? Yeah. Let's get to it. God, this place is gorgeous. I still can't get over that. Not too bright? Why are we looking on a tree for flowers? Oh, there's a flower bed. But yeah, I definitely need to tune into one of your streams again, Frosty. It's been a while. These would be better for Hermes, but they're hedged in. That means we shouldn't touch them. They are either under observation or poisonous. Set it on tall, thin stalk. Okay. I really like Medion's design. I think it's just like something really interesting about it, you know? Okay, how many of these can I... Wait. My chocobo friend, Yozora, get out. I have a feeling I'm gonna get attacked in 2 seconds. Alright, we're back, boys. Sorry about that, we had an encoder error again. Just can't stop having them these days. God damn it, why did I figure that was gonna happen? Oh yeah, I'm level 87. Didn't even realize. Lush green fields, okay. Oh, there's nothing. The shiny thing over there? What could it be? It's the Elpis flowers again. Oh, Elpis flowers. They're here too. Hermes likes and dislikes them at the same time. Like me, they're intellecties. Like me, they feel his pain and turn dark. That's only for Hermes, though. For others, they're always white and bright. Huh. Truly, the flower was dark in your home? Then, do you have it too, a dark emotion? I dare say I have a few, yeah. You don't have to say it. I can feel it. It's something you want to hide. But won't you lend it to me? The darkness inside you. I want you to make the flower dark in front of Hermes. He has been in a dark place since before he created me. He needs to know that he isn't there alone, that others are sad too. Truly, you'll do it? Thank you, Warren, thank you. It means more to me than I can say. We all need Elpis flowers. I can't wait to see how Hermes reacts. Let's go back and fetch him. Why do I have a weird feeling things are about to turn dark? It seems they're still talking. Let's wait until they've finished.
Oh, you were waiting for me.
Yep.
You've finished talking?
Yes, we've come to a decision. My thanks for keeping Meteon company. Emmett Salk and Hithildeus have already retired to their rooms.
Oh.
There is room for you too, if you would follow me.
Wait! I want to show you something first.
Elpis flowers?
Go on.
Who am I even gonna think about?
You're not the only one, Hermes. Others feel sad too. You're not alone.
I see Meteon has shared much with you.
Yeah. But why are you sad? That's the question. Oh, he took the mask off.
May we talk a moment?
And he's gone. Okay.
I do not think it wrong that we live for the star, that we strive to make it a better place. And yet, in carrying out my duties here, there are times when I am plagued by doubt. Do you recall what Hythlodaeus said when we first spoke of my nomination? Death is the privilege of those who have fulfilled their purpose, a choice they embrace of their own free will, and when they depart, it is always beautiful. Perhaps it is, but only for man. Creations that he deems useless are discarded with nary a second thought. Some scarcely born into the world, afforded a handful of breaths before life and potential are abruptly extinguished. We make an effort to spare them the pain. They sense what awaits. Rage and anguish and cower and fear. And it is not beautiful.
Oh.
Yet no one cares. No one. So fixated are we upon the duty that we do not pause to question the method.
I agree with him.
Pain and suffering, confusion and despair, writ plain in the eyes of those poor creatures. Yet no one sees. We turn a blind eye and carry on in blissful ignorance. Not amiss. And always, always the blossoms shine pure and white. A contradiction so blatant I could scream, want to scream. How can you all accept this aberration? Then I wonder,
Honestly, I don't know how they do it either.
am I the aberration for thinking thus?
No.
And I am filled with dread. But now I know I'm not alone. Not the only one for whom the flowers weep. Owen asked what you thought as he kneeled beside the Elpis, or if he only did it at Meteon's insistence. Nevertheless, I thank you. To know that you too have experienced suffering is a comfort.
Let's have no more brooding, eh?
Indeed. Difficult though it may be, I must endeavor to be strong like you.
That's a spirit, man.
The stars in the heavens. Know you what they are? Though it is too far to tell, each glittering light could be a world not unlike Aetheris. A world filled with life. So many stars, so many lives. For us, there may be no higher purpose than to live for our world. But what of the other living beings out there? What is it that gives their lives meaning? That drives them day after day after day?
It's a very good question, and it's a
Suppose
very
that
difficult one to
question
answer.
our undiscovered cousins. I created beings of Dynamis, who can traverse the vast emptiness between the stars. Meteon and her sisters. Sisters. She has a great many of them, and they have already departed on their journey, traveling to one star and then the next in search of life.
Really?
As one might expect, exploration on such a grand scale is rife with difficulties, and thus far I've naught to show for it. But I have faith that we will make some manner of discovery ere long. And when we do, I should be glad to share our findings with you, in gratitude for your kindness. It's getting rather late. We had best find our beds. It would not do for both of us to be sleep-deprived on the morrow.
I agree.
Come, Meteon. Let us head back.
All right.
What? What? An all too brief interlude, perhaps, but it is time I attend to my next task. Task. As Emmett Selk and Hythlodaeus are aware, we reached a verdict regarding the fate of the Lyconis. 7 were created for observation, and all 7 must be unmade. Duros has followed the correct protocols, and as chief overseer, I can find no fault in his judgments. Lyconis would disrupt the natural order, ravaging and consuming other species until they themselves starve and perish. They cannot be released to the wild, and they cannot be allowed to remain here in Elpis. I intend to petition the Bureau of the Architect to have the concept preserved as a restricted, purpose hazardous life form. Hythlodaeus has pledged to support me in this endeavor. Yet whatever the Bureau decides, the existing Lyconis have served their purpose. Duros has already isolated the creatures and is preparing to carry out the necessary measures. I will join him forthwith. It is my duty to witness the conclusion to this study. If you are resolved, then we have but to accompany you. Of course, let us be off, then. We return to the main aisle. Oh, poor things. At least that's what I want to say. Oh, wow. Duros, are you hurt? What happened here? They caught me off guard. I had them bound with ethereal shackles, but they became frenzied, even more so than usual, broke free. I was able to stop 4. The other 3 escaped. I see them. 2 have taken to the air above the 12 Wonders. The last is up ahead, lurking in the fields. You and Orin handle that one. The pair in the sky, you can leave to me. If this is how it must end, then so be it. I will render assistance to Emmett Selk, unneeded though it is. Meteon, you are to stay here with Duros. But Hermes... The Lyconis must be reverted. I would spare you the pain and mine. This is my burden, not yours, but if you are intent on helping, then please follow my lead. I'm sorry, Meteon. My question was, were the others approved of by the council? Because by the convocation, because the convocation didn't seem to know that things like Meteon existed. If not, then yeah. I appreciate your help and lament that it is necessary. There it is, our quarry. Within striking distance at present, but if it feels threatened, it may well flee beyond our reach. Here's my plan. You will approach slowly in full view and draw the Legion's attention. Now, I warn you, its abilities are as fiery as its temperament. Once it spots you, it will unleash orbs of flame. But fear not. By my measure, you are more than equal to the task. Withstand the onslaught for a few brief moments, and that will give me time to catch it unawares. Ready? Then let us begin. Yeah, you ain't shit. Oh shit. And dead.
Now.
Oh wow, he's even got the Staff of Hermes.
Forgive me. Please, forgive me. May you and your kin find peace. Wherever your souls may drift in the underworld, may you find tranquil seas. Be not forgotten. In concept endure. To reclaim form and one day live again. Serve not the star, or any purpose save your own. Live again, if that be your desire. Hate, if that be your want. We are worthy. But leave your suffering behind. Lay down your burdens, be born anew. Fly high. Fly free.
Hermes is actually a really big empath. If you know what that is.
Join the convocation, Hermes.
I don't think now is the time for this.
Leave to replace another. To be replaced. It changes nothing. Tell me, do you think it right that we sacrifice all these lives for the sake of the star?
Oh god,
And when the
he's doing
star has reached
computation.
perfection, what then? If all who are satisfied choose to die, shall we all die in satisfaction? I do not know. Were I to take up the seat of Van Daniel, it would be tantamount to approving my predecessor's death. I do not know if it is right. And to be torn by such thoughts, I do not know if I am fit to represent mankind.
Hermes! Please, don't be angry. It hurts so.
Forgive me. If you would still consider me in spite of everything, I beg some time to gather my thoughts. Meanwhile, Hythlodaeus, I fear I must trouble you to attend to the others.
'Tis no trouble at all. Take as long as you require.
And you, my friend, I pray you find that which you seek.
I hope so too.
I expect we have some few matters to discuss. Shall we return to the 12 Wonders for a time?
Aye.
The other Legionis have been taken care of. The incident is resolved and life in Elpis continues as normal, or ends, as the case may be. Rationally speaking, I understand Hermes' arguments. No matter how well deserved the rest, there is a pang of sadness when a colleague leaves us. Yet never has a departure caused me such grief as Hermes appears to feel. What must it be like to experience such torment? This needs to stop. This really needs to stop. I'm getting sick of this. Second time today. Doesn't usually happen more than once. Alright everybody, welcome back to Orandusuke Gaming. For the second time today. Jesus God, I do not know what to say. My encoder is acting up a lot. I don't understand why today. Where to now? If there is anywhere you would like to visit before we leave, I should be glad to show you the way. Hermes has not yet outright refused his position with a convocation, merely postponed the decision. As such, I may as well resume my assessment. If we cannot accompany him, then I will contend myself with questioning his colleagues. Even the pragmatist, ever the pragmatist, then allow me to remain your humble guide. And what of you, Orin? Will you continue along with us? Yeah, sure. Wonderful. Our fellowship travels on unbroken. I say we explore another part of Elpis and see what new encounters there are to be had. If you would follow me, we will first head back towards Anagnorosis. And there we shall go. I'm so sorry for all the issues today. I don't know what's causing them. Like, once is fine. Once I expect, most of the time. Like, once is acceptable to me. Twice? Okay, you're starting to worry me already. A third time, okay, this is getting fucking ridiculous. He will continue along with you so long as you continue to inform Heidelin that when she had that wardrobe malfunction, it was major. Like, if she would have bent over just a little more, we would have seen her entire thing. How's it going, Skyro? How are you doing today, bud? What an awkward thing to say to start everything out today. From here, we follow the path northward to Notoneas. There we will find one of the Neas which facilitate travel between the islands of Elpis. First-time travelers, that's like the fourth least awkward thing I've said in start. The fourth? Trying to think what the first was. We only need to use the device together once, and henceforth you will have leave to use it freely, shall we? Yeah, I don't remember what the most awkward thing that you've ever said was. Actually, no, I think I do. For me, it was the... What's his name? Yes, Hong Sokoli. I was just like, okay, I don't know what that's about, but alright. Here we are. Notoneas. This Neos will take us to Kali Melios Zephyros, the western island. That's it right there, looming large over us. Step this way, and we can soon admire the view from above. It is my life's ambition to challenge and defeat this Hong Sok Lee. It's that simple. Fair enough. Now, what's up here on this island?
I present to you Kalimelios Zephyros. Here you will find a number of testing facilities, as well as the observation hub of Poiton Oikos. Right then. Let's begin by...
By what?
Well, well. An Arrayus. How delightful.
Hey, I know that thing. Although we call it something completely different.
And what, pray tell, is that?
Ah, that's a new species of shark. We approved the concept but a few days ago. Sharks are among the most popular sea creatures. Rare is the day when someone does not submit a new concept.
Sharks are
At first,
okay.
they were largely
Sure.
orthodox. Consideration given to such things as size and environmental impact. And then a whimsical someone thought to bestow it with flight. Another, superior intelligence. And then the floodgates burst. Concepts with multiple heads, or arms and legs, and so on and so forth. It was getting absurd. A part of me wanted to tell them to go away and find something else to create, but in the end I couldn't.
I don't think you like that.
And here we are.
Oh shit, it's her. It's Fanat.
That
Or
was too
Heidelin,
close.
I mean, both.
Are you unharmed? Well now, if it isn't a pair of familiar faces.
Wait a minute, you knew
Banar,
these two.
that we should meet you here.
As I mentioned earlier, the better part of the convocation holds that when we retire is when we return to the star.
But she didn't.
Well, she is not among said majority. Even after stepping down, she carries on with her work. Vanar is her name, and she is the previous Azem.
Wait a minute, she used to be my seat?
It has been a while, Hythlodaeus. You look well.
I don't know how to feel about that.
So, Emmet Selk. I dare say the lines upon your brow have both deepened and doubled in number. A shame for one so young. You must make an effort to frown less often.
Oh my god.
Easier said than done, thanks to your unruly successor.
How is he, if I may ask?
Yeah, how am I?
Incorrigible as ever. Rushed headlong into a volcano on the brink of eruption just the other day. I
Wait,
should
what?
be glad to share the tale in its entirety later, if you're so inclined.
I did what?
Oh, you know I am. Now then, you are? I say, have you perchance come from the future?
I'm sorry, did you just say that out loud?
I do not believe we have ever met, yet I sense my magic upon you. Therefore, if I wove the enchantment, I could only have done so at a later point in time.
What manner of magic is this, if I may ask?
A traveler's
Time.
ward, of course. It prevents the corruption of one's ether.
I'm not gonna say that, that's gonna give away too much. I'll just say that because it's vague enough that she won't understand it.
I see you are not ignorant to its presence. And while there are many protective spells, the one you bear is unmistakably mine.
Hold on. From the future? That's absurd.
Wait a minute, should I have been revealed the... Should you have said this?
What is it? Are you unable to speak of the matter?
Yes.
The reality to which you must return exists as a result of the final days.
Yes, yes, we know, we know.
Cannot reshape the past to undo the tragedies of the present.
I can't speak of it.
So, your actions here will not change your history, but they may yet affect the course of ours. How very exciting! I'm quite fond of delving into the unknown, and there's naught more unknown than the future.
Yeah.
Until a moment finally arrives, we cannot know for certain what will come to pass, regardless of our supposed foreknowledge. So
You got a
needn't
point.
worry for us. More importantly, that you should go to such great lengths as to travel unto the past bespeaks the gravity of your quest. Will you not reveal it to us? Mayhap we can be of aid to your cause.
You really can't. I can't, not without spoiling your future.
If this is true, then you've been keeping quite the secret to yourself. As a representative of the Convocation, I will hear it all. Your identity, purpose, everything.
I can't, unless if otherwise I might not exist tomorrow. I'm sorry. We're dealing with Back to the Future logic here, okay? We can't do this kind of shit.
Why don't we move to a place more conducive to calm conversation? I've been working here for some days now at an old friend's behest. If it is agreeable, we may make use of my accommodation at Poiton Oikos. We were meant to meet. I am certain of it. Else I wouldn't have marked you so clearly, and sent you unto myself in the past.
Yeah.
It's precisely the sort of mischief I would get up to. And quite inspired, if I do say so myself.
I'm assuming that's... You knew that she was coming because you brought her up at the when you first walked in here, Spyro. Am I correct? Did you know that she was about to come in? My apologies, but before we move along, a colleague has tasked me with a matter which I'd rather not leave unresolved. It involves finding a certain concept-engraved crystal, and the quick-fingered Aureus which made off with it. An Aureus, you say? I think we might have seen the culprit before being distracted by that business with Shark. Would you like us to follow its ethereal trail? That would, of course, lead us only to the Aureus. There is no guarantee that it hasn't dropped or stashed away the crystal you seek. Please, even that much would be enormously helpful. While you are hunting down the thief, I can follow behind and scour the forest floor just in case. Could I ask you to join the search? I would appreciate another pair of eyes to cover the land to the west of here. Many thanks. There's a small bridge leading into Poiton Oikos. Let us meet up there once we've exhausted our efforts. Seriously though, Scarrow, did you know that she was about to show up? Because, like, you brought her up and then she just suddenly appears. Although that's one hell of a coincidence, or you already knew. Okay then, no answer. Come on. Oh, maybe up here? Okay. Where the fuck is this thing? And why is there like a... Oh, there. Found it. Here I am, running around in circles looking for the damn thing, and it's literally like sitting right there, like plopped at the bottom of the stairs, just like, yo, here you go. I'm right here, hello. That's funny when that happens. Our last researcher returns. I am afraid the Aureus no longer had the crystal, nor was I able to find it as I followed in its wake. I don't suppose you fared any better? Oh my... Au contraire. The crystal, well done. Wonderful. Now I can focus on your tale without that missing concepts nagging at my mind. Have you always had a knack for finding things? I've often been asked to do so. Oh, you too. Some of us seem destined to always be searching, for ourselves and for others. Long ago, when I had the seat of a Zem, I was forever trekking back and forth across the star in search of answers to people's problems. Naturally, the need for such journeys had lessened considerably since I entrusted the position to my whimsical successor. Yet I am still eager to come running should an old acquaintance or new interest require my personal attention. That is what brings me to Elpis, in fact. Many times has my presence been requested, my opinions sought concerning the habitat of this or that creation. Agreeing to help locate that missing crystal was a minor distraction, which now promises to become a major revelation. How strange and wonderful is the way one thing leads to another, wouldn't you agree? Interesting. It's commenting on the way that 14 does its story. Thank you again for your timely help. Now then, tis time I return to the stolen property. If you would go on ahead to my accommodation, I will join you as soon as I have attended to that task. Follow the path straight ahead to the building at the top of the slope. I have the entire place to myself so we can speak without fear of being disturbed or overheard. Too bad, there's two people right there. And we've got Emmett Selk and Hythlodeus here as well, so... Welcome to my temporary abode. Please make yourself at home. While I put on some tea.
A wonderful aroma. I feel more relaxed already.
I agree with that, my sir.
Would that I had sweetmeats to offer, but I travel light out of habit.
Oh.
There's plenty of hot water though, so please have as much tea as you like.
Thank you.
Now then, will you tell us your tale?
I don't know if I can tell you how much... I mean, maybe not in front of them, but... Should I even say this?
Why don't you start from the beginning?
Probably because I can't. Oh, well, I guess I am. I'm disappointed in myself. So I'm guessing Emmet just hates Heidelin because she's Venat. Oh god. I'm just spilling everything right now, aren't I? Oh, look at the claws and shit. I gotta look at that. Those, This armor set is fucking crazy as hell. Might have to shove it into a glamour dresser once I get better ones.
Preposterous. Utterly preposterous.
While not the words I would have chosen, I too have my doubts. Much of it borders on the incredulous. What of you, Vanar?
Not knowing the precise details of the first final days, it is difficult to determine the veracity of the tale. Supposing it is all true, I must ask myself why I would do what I did.
Oh, we told that part too. Oh, okay.
Why would I feel I had no recourse but to oppose the 14 and create this Heidelin? Circumstances change, of course, but it would not have been an easy decision regardless. No, there must have been a reason. One compelling enough to force me to take such drastic measures. Then there is the Elpis flower, which I said would serve as a guide. That it's of import to your mission is plain, but your presence here leads me to believe that this place also holds significance. But what could it be?
I mean, I would agree.
What are we meant to accomplish?
I don't know.
Might it not be simply thus? In the future whence he came, the final days could not be averted. Mankind has no choice but to flee the star. By alerting us to that eventuality, perhaps you wish to pave the way for other futures.
Theoretically
Maybe.
speaking, it is a possibility.
But maybe he also wanted us to learn
Yet
what's
if
gonna
that were my
happen.
primary objective, I see no reason to guide our friend to Elpis specifically. The capital and Amarot, or even my own home would be more logical destinations.
True, true. I note also that Heidelin did not specify a point in time to which he must return. By this, it may be inferred that it was not critical that we should meet.
Alternately, she had reason to believe that our paths would converge, coincidental though it may seem.
This is quite a puzzle, and we do not have all the pieces.
Usually this is why you don't tell
Hardly
people.
any. But we do have one immutable fact.
I'm here.
If the final days are indeed as described, they will bring death to all that I hold dear. Yet despite being afforded long years of preparation, the only provisions I could make were for flight.
I'm
Nay,
such as mad.
My
I'm just as
first
mad.
and foremost endeavor would be to find a way to forestall the coming doom.
Given that even the 14 failed, mayhap you deemed it impossible.
Nothing is impossible. This I have always believed. And if Heidelin is indeed me, she would believe the same.
Listen to yourself. Are you seriously entertaining the notion
Oh wow, and
that
it's just
you
like,
are a
whoa, this is all
messianic
bullshit.
figure in some far-fetched tale? Well, I will not. I refuse to accept that our world could be undone by some unforeseen calamity. I also take offense to my portrayal as a megalomaniacal madman. To sacrifice oneself for the star is a noble act, and I would hold those who gave themselves to this zodiac in the highest esteem.
Ah, okay, yeah, that is exactly why you're a maniacal madman.
And populated it with phantoms of our people. A bizarre indulgence that would be insulting to their memory.
Orin portrays me as a
Worse still, I even
maniacal
invited
madman.
you there. Literally invited my own downfall. Why would I do something so idiotic and inexplicable?
Because you were desperate.
Now, I will allow that the hypothetical task of restoring our world would be daunting in the extreme. The thought of having to bear such a burden for 1,000 lives horrifies me.
It should.
But I would never forsake my duty. I would never forsake my brethren. You do not know me. I've had my fill of your fiction. I will return to my duty, and you will not bother me again.
Emmett Selk! Wait!
I kind of figured that would happen.
You've seen much of Elpis already. If you have any observations to share, I should like to hear them.
Hermes and Medion are somehow involved. That's all I want to say.
Hermes and his creation Meteon, you say? If Dynamis is the self-same energy as Akasha, as it likely seems, then those two may well be at the center of the calamity to come. This warrants further investigation.
This is one of I portrayed you as a
That settled.
maniacal madman,
Start
Skyro.
for action. The missing pieces of the puzzle are here, I'm certain of it. And when you find them, the picture my future self has painted will be complete, and you will have your answer. Now suffice it to say, I will aid you in your quest. Have faith. If Emmet Selk is the man Azum described to me, we've not seen the last of him.
I'm wondering also what my name was. Everybody else has been named so far after a Greek deity. I wonder what mine was. Maybe that's something that we'll find out later. Hopefully. Shall we begin our investigations then? I am acquainted with Hermes, of course, but only as a visitor received by the chief overseer of Elpis. Of the man himself, I know only that which is common knowledge. Thus I suggest we fall back on the tried and true method of conversing with the locals. The observers who live here can surely tell us more of Hermes and Meteon, and I have a good idea of where we might begin. Seriously though, why do you think I'd portray you as a megalomaniacal madman? Or are you just playing around? See the woman standing in front of yonder building? Her name is Ismene. She's the one who made arrangements for my stay in Elpis, and from what I recall, she has held her position here for quite some time. Chances are she could provide us with some insights. Go and ask your questions. I will help with drawing out answers if need be, but I leave the choice of topic up to you. Questions for me? Well, I suppose I have no other pressing duties at the moment. Oh no. Greetings, Isman. My friend here is desperately curious about Chief Hermes, and I was wondering if you might indulge him. Certainly, Mistress Vana. Anything to be of service. What do you wish to know? What are Hermes' interests? His interests? Well, he is an authority on flying life forms and has expansive knowledge of living creatures in general. Is that what you wish to know? How would you describe him as a person, as a colleague? He's a quiet man, reserved you might say, and occasionally somewhat poor with his choice of words. His reticent nature, however, does not prevent him from carrying out his duties as chief overseer. I hope that answers your question. Was there anything else? How long has Meteon been here? I cannot rightly say, as the chief's personal creation, Meteon has not been subjected to observation and study like other concepts. So one day she was simply there. And what do you make of her abilities? I understand that she is a highly unusual familiar, able to read emotions and communicate directly with one's mind. Exactly how she was created with that talent, however, is a mystery to me. My apologies, I wish I could explain her nature in more depth, but I've not had occasion to discuss it with Chief Hermes. Do you trust him? I beg your pardon? I've known Chief Hermes for many years, though I cannot say we are close. He has never withheld information to the detriment of our duties, if that is what you mean. Forgive us, we seem to have veered slightly off course here. Is there perhaps someone else who could tell us more about Meteon? That would be Timolos. He has a similar expertise with flying concepts and is more than eager to discuss the subject. You'll find him conducting his observations on the banks of the stream, somewhere to the east. Oh, and unless you take a particular joy in rambling discourse, I suggest you keep your questions concise. We shall keep that in mind. Thank you for your patience and your insight. Think nothing of it. If there is naught else you need during your stay, please do not hesitate to ask. come, Orin. I think we've taken enough of Ismain's time. Our investigation is off to a fine start, wouldn't you agree? From here, I propose that we split up. I shall continue making inquiries with the resident observers. If you could track down the colleague Ismain mentioned. Although I felt compelled to take the reins of that previous conversation, your fearless style of interrogation will eventually lead you to the answers you seek. All I ask is that you watch your footing around the stream. We can meet back here once you finish speaking with this Timolos. Okay, got it. That's crazy. We just spilled all the beans. And I'm sure once we see the final days for ourselves, they're gonna be like, yeah, you know what? I think I believe you. Yes, I am Timaeus, but please keep your voice down. You'll startle the birds. So what is it you wish to speak about? A fellow enthusiast, are you? Well, settle in, and we can discuss the finer points of this. Oh my god. I'm not reading all that. You were hoping for my opinion on Chief Hermes' creations, then why didn't you say so? Those beings which soar through the clouds, majestic and graceful, are ever a favorite of creators. Even now, with so many varieties in existence, the flood of newly imagined concepts continues unabated. What sets the Chief's creations apart, however, is how they benefit from his boundless knowledge of the celestial realm. Birds that climb so high they disappear from view, others which traverse the boundless sky in moments, and all without riding the currents. I know of none save he who can conceive of such marvels. Even we who prize elegance of form above all else are dumbfounded by his genius. My opinion on that matter would be superficial at best. Despite my admiration for Medion as a concept, I have never delved too deeply into the inner workings of her nature. I know that she has a gift for communicating via emotions, but otherwise her abilities are a mystery to me. If Chief Hermes should choose to submit Medion's concept to the Bureau of the Architects, then will the design be registered for public scrutiny. Analyzing a colleague's creation before that step is frowned upon, to say the least. Of course, if he came to me, a fellow artisan, looking for advice, that would be an entirely different story. Well, that didn't work out the way I thought it would. I learned absolutely nothing. Which, granted, I didn't expect to learn anything, but I'm surprised that I really didn't learn anything from that. Good timing. I finished my own investigations not long ago, so have you any new findings to share? I see. Even an expert in the field has little understanding of Medion's capabilities, let alone an awareness of Dynamis. My questions resulted in much the same answers. Hermes' colleagues view Medion as his personal project and could provide no details beyond those which you just told me, which leads me to believe that the only person with any significant knowledge of Dynamis is Hermes himself. Yes, we've made some progress here, but more information is needed if we are to reach any definitive conclusions. At present, the strongest link we have to the final days is the power of Dynamis and the intellectuals which can control it. Yet most scholars are only vaguely aware of these terms, let alone study them in any depth, except for Hermes, it seems. Thus, I am inclined to stay our current course and learn all we can about the Chief Overseer and his familiar. And on that subject, was there aught else of note you could tell me about Medion, aside from her unorthodox method of communication? I rather wish you had mentioned that earlier. In any event, would you care to elaborate? So these siblings of hers now travel the great expanse in search of deeper meaning. Thank you. Though the mystery at hand remains unresolved, I feel you've touched upon a vital clue, one we should keep in mind as we continue. Next, I propose we take ourselves to Parapecia Crystalline, not far from here. Just follow the path to the west. You know, I never even suspected her piece possibly having anything to do with this, but now that I think about it, she might have something to do with this a lot. More than I thought. This tower and the one further along are both part of Parapecia Crystalline, the facility where they archive all of Elpis' observational and testing records. Despite how they appear from the outside, the interior is actually a vast area of magically interconnected spaces, which, while fascinating, is not the reason we are here, is it? I shall out my architectural lesson short and see what those two archivists have to share. If you could find someone to speak with over at the other tower, I shall join you there anon. Okay, then. I have no idea what's going to happen anymore. Indeed, so if you could provide a comprehensive log of those behaviors, we should then have sufficient data for our official records. Now, what was it you wished to speak with me about? The Chief Overseer's personal research project? And by that I assume you mean Meteon. Such undocumented studies are difficult to track. After all, hardly a day goes past without seeing researcher trailed by one creation or another. I'm afraid I cannot tell you exactly when Meteon appeared, only that she now spends much of her time at Chief Hermes' side. Although I do recall an interesting tale my dearest Galeen shared with me. Galeen is my partner and a fellow researcher here in Elpis. She was returning late one night when she caught sight of Chief Hermes sending Meteon heavensward, a host of them. For several days she would speak of that scene with wonder, describing it as one of the most beautiful spectacles she had ever witnessed. That sounds like a story I should like to hear. Mistress Vana, I thought you had already returned to the surface. Permit me to thank you again for your invaluable contribution to our concept placement proposal. Pray do not mention it. As you say, my original plan was to leave after that task, but I have since become engrossed with Chief Hermes' research. Would you favor me with a retelling of this sight which so delighted your Galeen? Of course, or could you hear it, or you could hear it from her lips directly if you'd prefer. At present, she should be observing a subject in Metabasios Thalassai. She does enjoy her time there, watching the sea creatures hunt and play, gazing upon the salty waters of the world's oceans, recreated in such a sublime detail. I imagine you must find similar joy in indulging your boundless curiosity, Mistress Vana, even though such pursuits must continually and regretfully delay your return to the star. Indeed they do. 'Tis well reserved and long overdue. 'Tis rest well reserved and long overdue, I should think. How greatly have we prospered for the wisdom you accumulated during your travels as M. And what would Elpis be without your earlier academic work? The theories you developed served as the basis of many techniques still in use today. Man is a creature of contemplation, but none embody that nature with as much enduring passion as you. I dare say there is not a soul alive more worthy of return. I shall rejoice the day you depart on your final journey. I will be honored. Well, shall we take this opportunity to meet with Galeen in person? Then allow me to reconfigure the door to the archives here. I will take you up to the Skyway and spare you the need to avoid hostile concepts on the ground. That would be most helpful, thank you. You could just do that. I guess you can. Look at this view, Jesus. Mistress Vana, just passing through? Then allow me to prepare the path. If you need further assistance, there is always an observer or two on the upper Skyway. Okay, so witness to the spectacle, that's obviously her that they're talking about. Mistress Vana, I was told not to expect. We would have prepared an official welcome. Please, there's no need for fanfare. I only wish to speak with Galeen if that might be arranged. Yes, Galeen, of course. I will inform her immediately. Ah, but she may be engaged in a testing phase. You could be in for something of a wait. Should I let her know your business is urgent? That won't be necessary. This lovely view will keep us occupied until she is ready to receive us. I'm not sure if that's really true, but okay.
A delightful breeze and a breathtaking view.
Her voice actress reminds me of Alice's voice actress. Albeit in a deeper tone, but still.
What is it like in the future? Is the world still a beautiful place?
Yeah. Like that. That's a better way to put it.
Dark hidden places, rife with danger. Those have an altogether different, but no less powerful sort of appeal. While we wait, will you not tell me about your adventures? Well, not the portentous events which led you here, but the simple delights all your own. By learning about the future world, I may gain insight into future me's plans. But more than that, I have an interest simply as a fellow traveler. Short of going somewhere oneself, there's naught more stirring than hearing another's account.
I wouldn't say that. I'd actually like to go there, you know? I can only imagine what I'm saying. It is cool to know that she was Azem at one point. That is really cool.
I could have been there to see it. Yours is a harsh and unforgiving world. Yet in spite of this, your brethren hold fast to their virtue. To know that the light of mankind's potential still shines, even in that faraway place, it gives me heart.
You have no idea.
Thank you for regaling me with your tales. I will treasure every word. As you know, I was once a scholar. And among other things, I sought to understand the workings of the world. What exactly is ether? How formed the laws of nature? Whence sprung mankind? Riddles and mysteries beyond counting. Over the years, I have managed to find answers to some few of them. Yet rather than attain a sense of mastery, the more I understood, the more I came to hold the world and its miracles in awe. We too are miracles, each and every one of us, born of the warm breath of life that traverses the heavens, swirling through eternity. When I fully grasped the improbability of our existence, nothing felt impossible anymore. If it could be imagined, it could be done. A passion swelled within me, an epiphany dispelling all preconceptions of what was natural and true, and a presence without, immense yet intimate. Fate, perhaps, holding us in its tender embrace. As reassuring as it was intimidating, how keenly aware I became of creation's fragility.
I'm not even that tired.
Built
Why?
as it is upon precarious happenstance. I was overcome with an irrepressible urge to know the world more intimately, to hear its voice, feel its breath. I ventured forth on a journey that very day, so very long ago now. Freed from presumption and prejudice, I saw the world through a newborn's eyes. Everything fresh and new, and so beautiful. Lands that stretched on forever. Skies one could drown in. The heartbeat of nature, silent yet strong. And amidst it all a people, beacons of light and life. Laughter that warmed my heart like naught else before. They are my meaning, and my purpose, my love.
You know, maybe Heidelin isn't a bad person after all.
And so long as they need help, I cannot return to the star. Perhaps my future self is still waiting for it.
I ain't saying
The
anything.
moment she can let go and walk unto the end. Safe in the knowledge that man will find his own way. You, who are our future, tell me this, and tell me true. Has your journey been good? Has it been worthwhile?
That's a loaded question.
Pray forgive my lateness.
God damn it. Didn't get to
My
answer.
observation subject was rather irritable, and it took a while to settle it down.
No need to apologize. Your work takes precedence. Besides, we had a pleasant conversation in the meantime.
You're too kind. Now then, I'm told you wished to ask me some questions.
Indeed. I've an interest in one of Hermes' creations, Meteon. You witnessed a host of them take flight, yes?
Oh, that! Yes, yes, I did.
By the way,
'Twas in the dark of the morn. I'd left the Thalassai after nocturnal observation.
quick question, because I just noticed this. Why is everybody still wearing the masks? Didn't the person when they first entered, like I remember this from last time, when they first entered Elpis, they're all told like, oh yeah, by the way, kindly remove your masks and stuff. Everybody's been wearing masks in this entire place. Except for Venat, me, Emmett Selk, and Hithelodius. That's it. Not even the fucking curator of the place is following his own goddamn rules.
As I walked along, I spied a bright light climbing high into the southeastern skies. Then, in an instant, it was gone. Like a shooting star, only rising rather than falling. But then another shot up. Then another, and another. Intrigued, I made my way to the edge to investigate. And who should I spy on an isle to the south but Hermes and Meteon, the Matea, rather.
Matea.
There were lots of them, and I realized they must be the shooting stars that I'd seen.
A dazzling spectacle indeed. Have you spoken with Hermes about this?
Oh, yes. The sight left such an impression on me that I approached him about his mystery project the very next day. Alas, he said that he couldn't reveal anything just yet, that he needed to conduct further tests. It shouldn't be long now, though. He often returns to that isle, and I have a feeling he's nearing a breakthrough.
Yep.
Splendid. We are likewise eager for the details. Well, that is all we wish to ask. Thank you for taking the time to indulge our curiosity.
You're very welcome. It's always a pleasure to speak with other inquisitive souls. Oh, and will you be descending now? If so, I shall link the doors for you.
Please.
So another piece of the puzzle falls into place. From what we've learned thus far, I think we could safely conclude that Hermes hasn't been revealing the details of his research to others, which suggests that either someone will appropriate his discoveries and make use of them, or that Hermes himself will have a hand in causing the final days. Since we have no reason to suspect the former, we should consider the latter the more likely possibility. Proceeding under that assumption, our next step should be to define why, or even if, he might desire such a terrible fate for our star. I should like to visit the site from which Hermes sent forth the Matea. If we are fortunate, we might find some hint of what drives the research of his. Galeen said she spotted them in the southeast, rising from an isle she could see from the edge. If we stand at that same vantage point, it should not prove too difficult to locate the isle in question. Let's take a look, shall we? Yep, and as usual, I have nothing on my head. Sounds about right. You know, I have a weird feeling that Medion might have been the one that caused all this, but I could be wrong. I mean, she definitely has something to do with this. I mean, it was a female voice that I did hear when we were having that vision of the final days. Although it sounded very much older and sinister than Meteon's current voice. At least I think so. Now, if I were conducting some mystery research, where would I go? Oh, that makes sense. Ah, what about that one? Have you the means to fly? 'Tis quite a distance away. Nope. Inconvenient, but hardly an insurmountable problem. To me, Argos. It's the doggo again. My friend, would you mind creating a double to carry Orin here over to that island? Stubborn creature, there's no point on this great star. We have not together traveled, and still he remains obstinate in the presence of strangers. Argos has rather exacting standards, I'm afraid. Well, I would know. What? You've ridden him before. Ah, your before meaning my after. Not at all confusing that. Interesting. 'Tis certainly not unthinkable. But speaking of the here and now, the quick solution is for us to face off in a sparring match. Wait, what? Demonstrate to him that you are capable of holding your own against me in battle, and you should convince Argos that you are worthy of his back. You want me to fight you right now? To fight a dog. You want me to fight you to have a dog ride me over there. What backwards ass logic is this? And besides, I might even teach you a thing or two into the bargain. You seem doubtful, but useful lesson or not, it will certainly be a moment to remember, a memory of the distant past to cherish. What say you, traveler out of time? Choose your battlefield, I guess. I admire your confidence. Aware your mind and prepare your weapons. I will await you at the clearing over yonder. Holy shit. This is happening. Okay. Wow. I don't know how to take that. I just got randomly challenged out of the blue to fight her. I just realized that I still had the thing from my Persona 4 Golden playthrough on. Oh god. I'm sorry if you guys heard me echoing or something. It's not my fault. No, it is actually.
Like
neither side hold back. My blade sings!
Ah, 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 ah! Oh, well, that wasn't horrifying at all.
Let neither side hold back. My blade sings!
Yes, okay. God damn it. What the hell? What the hell is that? Oh my god.
My blade sings!
Oh my lord. Let me just make sure I have everything. Yeah, no, everything is at its max.
Let neither side hold back.
I probably should have dodged that.
My blade sings! My blade sings! Impressive. I shall have to try something different.
Oh shit, she's a dancer now?
No quarter. Have a taste.
Oh my god, this is psychotic.
I see you won't be easily overcome, but neither will I. Prepare yourself.
What in the hell am I dealing with? Okay. Some place that is not gonna... Never have I felt so scared by a
Very
freaking...
well. Let us move to the final trial.
I haven't even noticed that there is a song playing in the background that I have not heard before, but I'm too busy focusing on this to actually, like, give a shit about it. What are you doing?
Break your chains, shed your burdens, and show me your strength of will.
What the hell?
You still stand. The people of your time are more resilient than I had dared hope. I have seen enough.
Okay, wow. Just wow.
'Twas my intent to finish it, but clearly I underestimated you. One would think I never learn. I made the same mistake with Azam when we first sparred. Despite being less than half my age, his strength was astounding.
Oh. It's good to know that me...
Yours. 'Tis plain you have weathered considerable hardship. Far more even than your tales would suggest. It seems we have both learned much on our journeys.
Yeah. Oh, are you gonna let me ride on you now, little asshole? Yep, I guess so.
Well now, I dare say he has warmed to you.
You better have. That was a nightmare.
Soon to be sure. He never forgets his favorites, and is ever eager to come to their aid.
Oh, so that's why you came to me. That explains a lot. Argos will soon have us standing on the very spot where the Metia made their departure into the night sky. With luck, we'll learn something of Hermes' intentions. My hope is that we find no connection, no festering wish for oblivion. Then we might have Hermes and his considerable expertise working for us rather than against us. Let us move over to the edge before mounting, shall we? That will allow Argos to catch the currents rising up from below and give us a smooth ride over to the Isle. This is crazy. That was crazy. Let me grab this ether current while we're here. Here we go. That was a fight, all right. Ah, she knows that tree.
Quite a small place, lacking even the most basic equipment. The present may yield no clues, but we may yet try perusing the past. Have you done this before?
Done what?
So you cannot control the power freely. Worry not. I shall assist you.
No, you're gonna what?
Come and stand before me. There are two ways to see the past. The first entails peering through the walls of the soul in the moment a subject is recalling a memory. The second requires no subject, and is instead a process of piecing together an event from ripples left in the ambient ether. As memories are etched upon the ether of the soul, so too are they etched upon the ether of the world. In this way can history be preserved.
This is
Such
kind of similar
memories are given
to the Echo.
fading, however, and can prove challenging to visit. But come, let us try. Close your eyes.
Yeah, that's the power of the Echo. That's what that is. This whole time.
All units fully functional and proceeding on course towards their respective stars. Estimated time to completion of survey is 108 cycles. End of status report. Severing connection with shared consciousness.
She's got a shared consciousness?
Did you hear that, Hermes? All is well.
Yes. Good tidings at long last. Every step of the way, I've been reminded how little we understand creation. How the universe defies imagination.
But soon we won't need to speculate. We'll know the answers. What others live for.
Indeed. And we'll owe it all to you and your sisters.
I wonder what answers we will get.
Whatever intelligent beings that exist out there are bound to be vastly different from us. Diverse in form and culture. Possessed of unique ways of thinking. Their conception of life and its purpose will be no exception. Completely and utterly unlike ours.
Utterly unlike... how?
I have no idea. Yet whatever answers we receive, I will not dismiss them out of hand. No, I will think earnestly on them all. And I will share them with our people, that together we may contemplate our own existence. Perhaps then our star will become a better place. Not only for man, but for all life. Meteon, as though I gave you wings to soar the heavens, I did not teach you how to walk the earth. So loath was I to bind another living being. In the course of your long journey, you will learn from those you meet. Learn to walk and run and so much more. And when you return, older and wiser, we will have a celebration to mark your homecoming and coming of age both.
Oh.
Will there be apples? Covered in syrup?
And how are you supposed to eat them? Rather than food, perhaps... a flower. Yes. Upon your return, I will gift you a beautiful flower.
So, what is your opinion?
Okay, yeah, he's definitely not a bad person.
I am inclined to agree. As we had suspected, the two are somehow involved. Yet 'tis difficult to believe that they would deliberately seek to end all life. In light of this, I propose that we reveal your tale to Hermes himself. If he does not wish for the final days, as we believe, he may well join us in pursuing a solution.
I don't know how he's gonna react to that shit. Okay, I guess yes.
Let us seek out our friend with all swiftness. 'Twould not do to let such a pure soul be blackened by tragedy.
There are any number of places where Hermes might be in Elpis. But we could do worse than to look in Kitsis Hyperborea, the largest facility. It stands in Ethoseletikos Boreas, the Northern Isle. I wonder, Orin, for any institution which claims to studiously research every species destined for release into the world, did you not question how they find room for them all on so few islands? The answer lies within Kitsis itself. I touched upon the practice before back at the archives, where a vast area is stitched together out of multiple conceptual spaces. The same holds true for the interior of this facility and its magically constructed environments. 'Tis there where, within those sprawling habitats, the chief overseer and most of Elpis' observers conduct the bulk of their work. Come, the simplest route is via the noose north of Politan Oikos. Please tell me this isn't a dungeon that I'm about to enter into. A flower upon your return. I guess that kind of gave that away. In a weird way, it did. Where are we going? Ah, good. The Naos acknowledged you as my guest. You should now have the authority to use it as you wish. As for the way to Kitsis Hyperborea, we follow this path, then turn left at the crossroads. Alright, boys. It's almost time to end. So we'll do this last thing for the mission, and then we'll head out for today. Unless if this is a dungeon, in which case I might spare some time for this. Here are the grandest research facility in Elpis. We should head inside and ask after Hermes' whereabouts. Hermes is at another facility we have just discovered. Furthermore, we've confirmed that his studies into Dynamis, as well as his creation of Meteon, were entirely private pursuits. No one else we spoke with appeared to possess the Chief's depth of knowledge on the subject, and neither did we hear any tales of stolen research. Which means that if Hermes himself harbors no desire to bring down an apocalypse, then he might be recruited to help prevent one. Or so saith the illustrious Emmet Selk. According to your story, the 14 divined the connection between the celestial currents and the final days, but were never able to pinpoint the root cause of the calamity. With our people's greatest minds, not to mention Hithelodius' sharp eyes, committed to the pursuits of a solution, such an outcome seems inconceivable. The only possible explanation is if the nature of the catalyst was so inexplicable that even we fail to perceive it. And what better fits that description than the invisible, intangible Dynamis? Which in turn leads us to our next question. How did Hermes, in his role as Fandaniel, not recognize the subject of its own research? We must assume that he either knew and was unable to help, or that he was otherwise prevented from identifying the cause in the first place. At this juncture, all we can do is speculate. To be clear, the Convocation does not tolerate acts of deception or malice. We are practiced at perceiving truth, and would have known had Fandaniel lied to us. Hermes has no conscious wish for the world to end. Of that I am certain. It seems that there is more to the tale after all. We conducted an investigation of our own, you see. How comforting. We seem to have reached the exact same conclusion. I see no reason to delay further. 'Tis time we brought Hermes into the fold, as it were. Thank you for understanding. Save your thanks. I did not say I believed your ridiculous story. But as Emmet Selk, I have a duty to examine any potential threat to our existence, no matter how ludicrous or personally offensive I may find it. Alright, unfortunately I'm going to have to end things here today, guys. Alright, so thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't already, and you enjoy what you saw here today, make sure you leave a follow here to support the channel. Like, comment, and subscribe to the YouTube channel, and follow me over on Twitter to stay up to date for when I go live next. I'll see you guys next time. We're going to raid somebody really quick. And, I think I know exactly who to raid. Yeah, we'll raid Frosty because we haven't done him in a while. Alright, I'll see you guys tomorrow for some Persona 4 Golden. Bye.